You mean a god gave you that face? I always heard folks say you were blessed. Looks more like a curse to me.
Bitch! You ain't ever seen a mustache before! I'm magnificent! Avowed from the creators of Obsidian is very much an Obsidian-style game. Looking around, nobody likes this game.
Avowed is a Concord-level failure.
So bad, they ruined my experience entirely.
The most broken games.
Just accepting mediocrity.
It's like walking into a buffet of meh.
Feels like I'm playing something made in 2011.
Is not rewarding. The environments feel static.
Laughable at best.
Frankly, a joke.
Decisions don't fucking matter until the end of the game. Thumbs up.
They're not failing to live up to their potential. This is their potential.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna be a hater. I know something all these guys don't. This game isn't an RPG. Well, it's an RPG in the same way Mass Effect was an RPG. Hey, that game didn't let you shoot NPCs either. Well, I guess it did let you punch that one lady in the face. Bitch! I'm magnificent! If people treated this like a simple action game, I imagine a lot more people would be less critical. It's just a simple fantasy fighter. Do I actually like the game? No, not really, no. If I was to sum it up, it would be story, whack. Gameplay, whack. Dungeons, whack. Skill tree, whack. Companions, whack. Dialogue, whack. Weird quips every time you speak to somebody, whack. Pretentious moral lack. But me, I'm arcane as f. Well, no, I actually chose the most basic bitch build that every gamer boy and gamer girl picked. I mean, the guns? How can you compete with guns? If they treated the guns more accurately, I'd be one-tapping fools like, boom, headshot, boom, headshot. Instead, I'm just standing here watching some fella take about 40 bullets to the skull. It's not even phased. Yeah, if I was you, I'd avoid playing this game. Instead, you can just play it through me and experience every ounce of suffering. So at the very beginning of this game, I got to set up my new character. Look at this magnificent man. I must admit, the character creator's pretty good. I actually gave my guy a mystical man background. Look at him. With eyes like that, he could peer into the very fabric of time and space. So, the background for this game is that my fella is an envoy for the Idea. He gets sent over to this island because a spooky disease is causing all kinds of mischief. On the way, his ship gets attacked and he crash lands on a beach with nothing except for this weird blue thing. How the hell do I kill this blue thing? I don't even know what it is. Oh my god! The game did it for me! Thank you, mysterious man. You've magnificently mangled this mysterious mammal. After doing some tutorial things, I finally made it to the port where I would meet my first companion.
I didn't know what to expect. Your face, it's so...
Oh no, I'm gonna hate this game. With my wonderful companion in tow, we made our way to the area's city. In case you're wondering, there are 4 areas, each with a single city. Once I'd finally made it to the city... Oh! Somebody's shot me with an arrow. Oh, it's an interesting afterlife. Wait, what? What the hell? There's a big tree lady! Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. So my guy is actually a godlike, which means he was touched by God in his youth. Yeah, when you put it that way, it doesn't sound very good. I think we're going to be seeing some documentaries coming up soon. Maybe a lawsuit or something like that. I don't know. So this tree was trying to give me some moral lessons because I killed a few things that were trying to kill me. I'm not really sure why it thinks it's in a position to give out moral lessons after some of the things it's done. I'm not even really sure why it thinks I'd care what it says. I mean, everything I do is in the name of the... So after the small little bit of gaslighting by the tree and my revival, I got to go see my newest companion, who I despise with every fibre of my being.
You seem to like beating up on little guys. Want to take a run at me? Have to admit, that's a good one. Spoken like an assassin who's confident in his work. I don't accept payment for my advice either. You can just throw your coins at my feet. I guess I'm older than I look. Great. Is that gonna cost us extra or something? That's technically what happened, so sure. Wonderful. Now I have to keep a tight grip on my soul on top of everything else. Can't imagine any friend of ours. They never brought me back from the dead. It's more likely you'll have to punch some sense into me. You definitely know about that. What's up?
I hate this dwarf. I also meet some fire lady who's pretty cool. Well, oh my god, are you my new companion? Please let me use you to replace the dwarf. I hate him. Please. No, unfortunately, she couldn't be a companion. She's actually an inquisitor for one of the in-game world's religions, but that's
heresy.
Yes, I agree. There's only one true god in the world, and that is the Lord. Around this point, I realised I could just avoid any combat scenario because it's all pointless. Guys, stop attacking these things. We don't have to fight them. I don't gain any XP or anything. It's not worth it. Let's go. We then do various unimportant things and move on to the next area. So we went to this new area, which is kind of like a little swampy farm place. And it turns out the city there was dabbling a little bit of necromancy. These are all necromancers.
Heresy.
Yes, I agree. We wouldn't accept any of this in the... So we burnt it down. Well, the lady in fire burnt it down, but I was quite happy she did. I always knew she'd make a great companion. So the game did try to give me another moral lesson about burning down the city and I should hate that fire lady, but we don't really care. The necromancers, the bad people. Some people did survive, which I did find was quite annoying because I wasn't able to kill them, but I didn't really mind because I'd been given a new companion so I could replace that piece of shit. So it was time to move on to the next area. But when I got to the gate of the next area, I had some people waiting for me.
You see, the Steel Garrote answer to the Burned Queen, not your floundering empire. And we will break from Adir if that's what it takes.
Wait, you're gonna betray us? I will kill you with every single fibre of my being going against mine. You think you can betray the... Do you know what the greatest... If you turn your back on that powerful... Take over the Lord... The powerful... My God, I love... You fucking bitches! Good. Now we've got that out the way. I better not hear any more scandalous talk, otherwise you know what's going to happen. So, I moved on to the next area, which is kind of like a desert place. The disease is actually quite rampant here. It basically turns people into the zombies from The Last of Us. Once we get to the city, we meet a pink animal who becomes our newest companion. Fairies around the globe rejoice at this new addition. At this point, I'm skipping over a lot of dialogue. As it turns out, a lot of the dialogue in this game is kind of pointless and it doesn't really contribute anything to the story, so you can just keep on pressing spacebar or whatever button you do on controller. You don't need to listen to any of this. We go to meet this fancy mage lady who's put a barrier around this ruins that we're trying to get to because apparently it's the source of the disease. She tells us we can go after we've done some things that... It's padding. It's all padding in the game. It's all pointless padding. I then go to the ruins to experience even more padding. I then find a map of the ruins. As it turns out, it leads me to that tree god. It's in a garden or something. But to get to them, I need to go to the next area. Great. Before I set off, I get to make a choice. Do I side with the mage lady and contain the disease inside the ruins? Or do I just side with the fire lady and blow the ruins up? Well, obviously I'm gonna side with the fire lady. That stupid pink fairy didn't want me to do that. Listen here, you fairy little freak. I'm gonna take over this entire island because that's the will of the... I got a bit too much into this Imperial character. Oops. After blowing the place up, we move on to our next area, which is the final location of this game. Kind of. It's a land of fire and brimstone. And where all the dwarves originate, and as you know, I don't like dwarves. After this person, I despise them now. So we're gonna have a quick run through of this area. The fire lady gives me a pep talk. I destroyed the dwarf base because I hate that companion and he didn't want me to. I go to the garden where the tree god is located. I find out that she's actually been my abuser all this time, and I kill her. Unsurprisingly, the big twist of this game was that she was actually the source of the disease. Who's surprised? Nobody. Because I've absorbed their powers, I basically become a god and teleport back. We find out 3 weeks have passed and the fire lady wants to take over the island by force. So I decided the best thing to do was just to turn this island into a colony. Little did I know that it was just a massive mistake. All my companions survive and are really happy, but I just regretted the entire thing. So I reloaded my save, chose the Fire Lady, reveled in the pain of my companions, and then still killed the Fire Lady to get the best possible ending. You don't betray the Empire, you bitch!